Hope you are keeping strong. I hope you are good. You are fine. How's it going at your hand? When you come online, just say hi. Just say, hey. Let's talk about data. Let's talk about data. All right. While we wait, I was reading through. I read a book by Rebecca Fanny, The Titans of China, and I'm marveled by the development of China so far. When I raised the quiz, some when I raised the quiz and I said which of the countries in the world is the best in tech. I asked questions. I put in the options: Nigeria, China, United States, and I think yeah, India. Yeah. So in that quiz, it raised a lot of concerns. People were like, it can't be USA. Someone said China is doing great stuff. I think the larger percentage went for United States. Yes, I think United States as the tech leaders in the world. So I just thought to come live online and let's just talk through it. Which country do you think is the best in the tech space? Which country is the best in the tech space in terms of? Let's talk about more soft. Generally, let's consider tech generally. Which country is the best? Yeah. A lot of Indian guys said no, it's China. China is doing great stuff. Some USA guys said when it comes to software, it is the United States that is leading that charge. But for me, I think a few numbers also said Nigeria. But for me, I would say the United States. Yes, I read the statistics about Nigeria and the fintech space. I think about 60% of the top fintech guys in Africa is from Nigeria. Talk about Paste, no, Paystack was not included. Flutterwave was there. MoneyPoint, Move, Handler, and a couple of them. OPay, and a couple of them. Nigeria is leading that space. But when you talk about the tech generally in the world, I think I will give it to United States. Yes, I read a book recently by Rebecca Fanning. I mentioned that earlier. Rebecca Fanny did a research on how much of catch up. So I'm just going to do a brief summary of that book. How much of catch up China is doing with United States. At some point in this universe, China was like the world power. I know a lot of people don't know that. Before United States came into the picture, China was leading the charge in tech. But of course, later on, United States, took charge. But when I started reading that book by Rebecca Fanny, the title is "The Tech Titans of China," and sincerely, I would say, if we are not careful, right, what China is coming up with is going to shock the world. It was in that book I got to know about Didi, a strong competitor of Uber in China. It was in that book I got to know that it was even TikTok was a Chinese company by ByteDance, doing great stuff. You can see the number of influencers rising up from TikTok. I dare to say that I think TikTok has raised more, has made more people popular compared to any other social media. When I got to TikTok for some months, I knew how fast I grew my TikTok account. It was in record time. Not too much. I don't have followers. So I'm not consistent, but yes, for me to have grown that much, I've been building my Instagram for years now. I will go up to 500, come back to 400, go to 300. It's been, but I've seen people in no record time get 10,000 followers and then even get to him. I can remember because I do sing as well. I can remember someone invited me to TikTok live and he said I should just come sing. And that night alone, I was surprised. I think someone just gave, it was just one person that gave me one of these. their gift something, and I earned I think $1.2 or thereabout just in a night. So China is doing a lot of stuffs, a lot of great stuffs in this tech space. All right, I've seen those that the great things China has done. A lot of investors are also investing. Like what was the name of this? One of the biggest ones, Circle Capital, yeah, in China. And then I think one thing that is giving China the advantage is because of their population. Imagine a population of over a billion, when US is about maybe let's say 400 million. Someone has over a billion, so they can decide if they build a product, they can decide to sell in their country alone, and it will still make wave. That's how much of move that China is making. I read a lot in that book about Didi, about they have almost the replica of every US product. Talk about Facebook, they have what's the name of this WeChat. That there is Alipay, competing with the Amazon of this world. Amazon Pay. There is a lot of. I never knew China has such enormous number of tech development. But that book really exposed me to that. And then again, the population, like I said earlier, one, and then I would say because of the entrepreneurial spirit in Chinese. I've also heard from a friend of mine that nothing much is happening in China if you are a white collar person. Blue collar, tech, innovator, then you're going to have it. And then with the another introduction of what's the name now? K1 visa, K visa in China to rival this US H1B visa that was stopped, that was increased to $100,000. So China is up to or is up with K1 visa. So I think China is getting a lot of things right. The book really exposed me. I never knew China has gone that far. But I must tell you, I think in the next 5 years, not even a decade, China is going to be doing a lot of stuffs. Already in Nigeria, yeah, there are a lot of Chinese cars. I think the likes of this car G something, you know, technology chips. There are chips company there. A lot of US company even thrive. It was a struggle for a lot of US company to survive in China because of the great things they are doing, and then because there are a lot of regulations in China. They have every WeChat, Didi for Uber. They have Alipay. The big boys. They call them the BAT. That is A is Alipay, T is Tencent. Tencent is I think the parent company for ByteDance. All right, and then the B now. the B. I've forgotten the B, but they call them the BAT. Those are the top three guys. Uh, is it ByteDance? No, not ByteDance. I've forgotten now. Doing great stuff in China, and then a lot of investors too. So I think for me, back to the quiz, I think I will give it to China in terms of speed, but overall, I will give it to United States as the best technology country, the best country with the country with the best tech talent. Beg your pardon. So I think I will give it to the United States because if you look at it, one thing that I will rate my okay, someone want to ask, how do I choose United States? Yes, as much as I've talked about what China is doing, but I think to make a final rating, there are things I would consider. First is wide acceptance, and second is durability. Now, Rebecca also mentioned in that book that China is working, assiduously to ensure they break that cliche of Chinese products are fake or they don't last. But it's still a concern. So those two criteria for me will make China, United States trump. First is durability. Second is wide acceptance. Everyone wants to use iPhone. Yes, I know in China we have the likes of Huawei, we have Xiaomi, coming up, doing great and mighty things from what I've read. Good name for a plant. I don't get what okay. Okay, I think someone wanted to drop a question. Yeah. All right. So what I was saying, so I said I'm going to rate United States above China based on two criteria: wide acceptance in terms of tech talent, wide acceptance, and then durability. Everyone knows about how durable iPhone can be. Any Apple product. We've seen how versatile Excel can be. I think worldwide it will be the most used spreadsheet, which is from Microsoft. We've in the leading cloud infrastructure. It is still either AWS, Microsoft, or Google. These are all United States companies. And a lot of them like that, a lot of technology. So I will still give it to United States. So the person that dropped out that comment, if you are seeing this video, this is an answer to how I got to choose my opinion in terms of who is the best, which nation has the best tech talent in the world. I would answer this. That's just a session I want to hold here. All right. See you on the next one. Bye.